Why would you delete that footage? I'd be keeping that for life, just in case. That is fishy. That is some fishy ass ish. Real talk. If you guys don't know, the A&E cop show called Live PD has now been canceled. It has been taken off the air. They had a whole season ready to go. If you don't know about Live PD was basically like Cops, the TV show Cops, but live. And it was everything, not just a highlight show, but like a highlight reel of people getting arrested and funny or crazy and wild car chases. This was everything from, getting the call to chasing the suspect down to obtaining the suspect to, putting him in the back of the car, so on and so forth. What was really interesting and really cool about the show, because I know a lot of people really love this show. One of the things is that they are literally they're jumping from places live. It's so crazy. It's a fascinating idea and it's a fascinating show. But recently there has been something that has happened that is really bad. So after the show was canceled, there has been video footage of a man by the name of Javier Ambler that was actually killed, who actually died during one of the tapings of said Live PD shows. So they were taping, trying to catch the guy, running after him, trying to catch Javier Ambler in Austin, Texas. And they, of course, were running after him, trying to obtain him. They chased him for a good 22 minutes or so, only to pull over, get pulled out of his car. There's this body cam footage of one of the cops actually running up to the scene of where he is actually being obtained. There is conversation in regards to him have already been tased to get out of the car. But then on the body cam footage, the audio, you can hear Javier Ambler say that he has congestive heart failure and that he cannot breathe. And throughout this entire video, he is fighting for his life, trying not to get his chest, compressed on the ground. But the cops are frantically trying to put his arms behind his back. So the reason why I say this is Live PD has footage. They had actual footage that they deleted showing everything up to Javier Ambler's death. And a lot of people are wondering why.
Ambler's last moments not just captured on an officer's body camera video, which you saw. All of this happened while the television show Live PD appeared to be filming an episode there. KVU's Tori Larned joins us now. And Tori, investigators are having a hard time getting that video the television show captured that night.
Yeah, Brian, as you said there, we were able to obtain body cam footage, but that even took us a while. But Live PD was there too with cameras in hand. But even DA Margaret Moore says she's having trouble getting her hands on the footage a year and a half later. Now, Moore says it's been hard to get this footage, and Williamson County Sheriff's Office hasn't really been cooperating with her. She also is troubled because Live PD was riding with the two deputies and appears they could have captured what happened, but the footage never aired. We only received one officer's body cam video from authorities, and producers for the show have not released any of the footage to investigators or given us comment. Moore says if they do get the video, they'll be able to figure out more about what happened that night.
It is a very, very serious concern to any of us who are in law enforcement that the decision to engage in that chase was driven more by a need to provide entertainment than it was to keep Williamson County residents safe.
Facts. I couldn't agree more. They cared more about capturing a chase and capturing the action of, trying to arrest Javier Ambler, instead of actually listening to him saying, hey, I have medication in my car. I need my medication. I cannot breathe. He said, I cannot breathe. I have congestive heart failure and I can't breathe. This is after they've tased him one time. They continued to tase him when the other officer showed up. This man was clinging to life as much as he could. And all he was saying was, I can't breathe. This is happening more and more and more and more, and all these videos and these little pieces of footage and all that stuff is starting to pop up, showing up more. These cops are starting to show their ass, and you're telling me that this kind of brutality does not exist. It's incredible. It's so wild to me that there are people out here that actually believe that this kind of stuff does not work. It does not exist. Doesn't make sense. I think I have another. Now the thing is that, of course, Live PD was there, right? Shooting the entire thing, showing the entire thing on camera, shooting the entire thing on camera. And then suddenly when this man dies, oh, the footage. Oh, yeah, about the footage. We ain't got that no more. Excuse me? Why not? That makes no earthly sense. Huh. That's interesting. So you have footage of a man who actually died on camera, on your cameras. The whole high-speed chase, the whole nine. Him screaming out that he has congestive heart failure, that he can't breathe. All that stuff. And you're saying you don't have that footage? Suddenly that went and just up and disappeared? Interesting. So, we've got more. Hold on. Because there is a little bit of a tiny, well, not a tiny, but there's a video that I need to pull up really quick so that we can all see this for ourselves. I'm gonna show just the top part of it. It's the interview with the host of the actual show, Live PD, and him trying to explain the reasons why that they did not have the video. They did not give the footage to any authorities, to any law enforcement, to anyone. They just up and deleted the footage, up and deleted it. So here it is. It's crazy.
The spotlight on police brutality after the killing of George Floyd is creating ripples of change in American culture, including television entertainment. First, Cops was canceled, and now A&E is canceling the reality TV show Live PD. Just 1 month ago, the series was renewed for an additional 160 episodes. The show has been in the news for its involvement in the Texas case of Javier Ambler, who was killed in police custody after saying, "Save me," and "I can't breathe." Live PD crews were riding along with sheriff's deputies at the time. And in a statement to CNN, A&E said in part, "Going forward, we will determine if there is a clear pathway to tell the stories of both the community and the police officers whose role it is to serve them." And now former host of Live PD, Dan Abrams, is joining me to...
Hold up. So they said, going forward, we will determine if there is a clear pathway to tell the stories of both the community and the police officers whose role it is to serve them. Huh. Moving on.
To discuss this. Dan, I want to talk about this case and Live PD being there with the police, but first, the show's been canceled. What's your reaction?
I'm disappointed, frustrated. I I fought very hard to try to keep the show on the air. I thought there was a way to have a national discussion on the show about policing. You mentioned a moment ago that Cops and Live PD were both canceled, and yet there's a huge difference between those shows. I mean, Cops was like a highlight reel of crazy moments that happens with police officers.
Right.
Live PD actually followed police officers in real time as it was happening. So you got to see the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story, and I think it provided important context as a call nationally for more police officers to wear body cams. I would think we'd want more Live PD, not less.
Well, I know what you're saying about sort of the tone of Live PD, because there are moments that kind of show you just normal traffic stops that are not particularly eventful. Police come off looking good in a lot of these videos. Why was the video in the Javier Ambler case destroyed?
Wait for it.
So police come off looking good in some and come off looking bad in others. The policy at Live PD had long been, we keep tapes, we keep video for a few weeks, and then we don't retain it any longer. Why? Because we feared that we were going to be used by law enforcement as a video repository, as a place to just go and grab videos to prosecute citizens with. We didn't want to be that. So there was a policy in place as to when and how to get rid of videos so that we wouldn't serve in that
Dan,
role.
the reverse is true here. Not destroying the video actually protected the police.
Word.
No, exactly. But that's my point, is that
What is
in
your
this
point?
particular case, it was the reverse, right? Which is, it would have been better to be able to still have it. Let's be clear about something. The tape, the video was retained for 3 months per the request of Williamson County. They said they were investigating it. They asked Live PD to hold on to it while that happened. They did that. They then informed Live PD the investigation was over. That was a year ago. That was the last anyone from Live PD had heard about the video. Now, looking back on it, do I wish that Live PD had retained it? Yeah. Do I wish that there were more exceptions to the rule that was in place? Yeah. But the policy was in place for exactly the opposite reason that many people are suggesting now.
So is all video destroyed? All raw footage is destroyed after 30 days or per the length of the request?
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, unless there's a legal request made in that period, which was the case here, right? Williamson County did specifically ask, we want you to hold this pending our investigation.
Did Live PD ever consider having an exception when people die?
Word.
Yeah, look, there should have been, right? I mean, unfortunately, there have been a number of videos that Live PD has had where people have died.
Okay, I'm really tired of seeing him squirm because that's enough. As you realize, his reasons behind any of this stuff is extremely lackluster. It is extremely bad. And the fact that he is sitting here going, oh no, that's the reason why is you see what had happened was, so that's basically what he's saying. See, what had happened was, this is what happened. So what happened was, homie, here it is. If you have footage of somebody dying, and right before I stopped the video, he did say, yes, there's been other instances of people dying. Interesting. Why wouldn't you hold on to that footage? Just in case. You are the fly on the wall, observing. You are the voyeur, observing these men's lives, these cops' lives, going out there, saving lives or not saving lives. And if you witness someone dying, if you witness a murder or a man's death, let's just bring it all the way down. You just see someone get killed on camera. Why would you delete that footage? I'd be keeping that for life. Just in case. That is fishy. That is some fishy ass ish. Real talk. You're not telling me, you're telling me that after 30 days we delete. No, you don't. The hell? What crack you be smoking? What glue are you huffing? What cocaine are you snorting? Because it must be really good. Damn. What makes you think that's okay to do? That man died. You have footage of the man dying. Another angle, another perspective. Sometimes that perspective is the truth. Why would you delete that stuff? Why would you hide that? I don't care about policies. You can make up policies all day, every day. All day, every day. That was a man's life that you saw expire on camera. And I guarantee you, they're trying to spin it as much as they can. That footage could have been the truth. That footage could set that man free. Or put the right people that did that to him in jail or fired or anything of that sort. Thank you, God, that Live PD has been canceled.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.